How do you glue your sounds so well? I'm having trouble at times having sounds harmonize well with each other. Is it just bad layering? For drums, part of the reason a lot of people say my drums sound good is the types of techniques I use to process them. There's that, and then there's the sound selection. When I'm working on drums that knock, I try to use cohesive processing for different sounds so they work well together. Certain types of clipping, certain types of saturation, certain types of processing, all these different things. I try to process them so they work well together. Doing things like soft clipping is a really good way to make your sounds cohesive. When you soft clip your drums together, it kind of gives them a together sound. I think of it as hitting analog tape. It's a very similar sonic character. That's why I created a plugin like Knock, where there's a soft clipper at the end of the chain, the saturation, air, EQ, sub, punch, but then at the end of the chain, there's a clipper. And you can turn the dial at the top of the clipper that goes between soft clipping and hard clipping. So when you focus more on soft clipping, the sounds are going to be more lush. They're going to be more smooth when you drive them through the clipper. And when you go for more hard clipping, they're going to be more harsh and more aggressive. So depending on what track I'm doing for the drums, I'm focused on how I dial in that clipper. That's one way to get the sounds to sound together and to harmonize well. Another thing is when you're working on melodies, you want to make sure you leave space in the low end for your 808s or for your bass. So you want to make sure you cut some of those low frequencies to allow space for the bass. When you don't allow space, they're going to be muddy and clashing. When you allow space, it's going to sound more full and they're going to harmonize together. The frequencies will fit together. Think in terms of making space for elements in your track. When you don't make space for elements in your track, things will start clashing. Think, what frequency is this bass occupying? What frequency is this melody occupying? What frequency is this kick occupying? The snare, the hi-hat, and carve out a space for each one without overthinking it too much, without dialing it in too much. But if you notice something clashing, feel free to cut something or boost something. So that's a very simple answer, and I know I could go more in depth on that. I'm mixing as I go, and a lot of it is a very clear thing for me because I've been doing it for a long time.